Welcome to Thoughtful Life Coach. My name is Tanya. I will be your host today. I'm a therapist, and today we're going to talk about different programs available in the community to help you if you have a loved one that you're also helping as well. I have the pleasure to introducing you Margarita. Hi, Margarita. Welcome to Thoughtful Life Coach.
Hi, Tanya. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me here to your beautiful audience. It's really my honor, and I'm very excited to share with you the services that we provide and the information that might be useful to you or to someone that you know.
Perfect. Can you tell us a little bit about Quality Care AFC?
Yes, so Quality Care AFC, it is an adult foster care program. So I want to tell you a little bit about me. So I come from a family of doctors. So being always around healthcare, and then over the years, most part of my life I have been working in the medical and dental field, and all that experience and knowledge that I accumulated, it actually led me and helped me to get through Quality Care AFC to reach out to the community and provide them a great program. And it's not just about the free tax stipend that people can get for the help that they are providing to their loved one. It's actually they can get clinical training, they can get support, they can get guidance how to navigate on a daily basis with caring with someone with disability or caring for someone that is elderly. So I believe our program is very special to a lot of people because they get a sense of comfort and they get a sense of safety because they can call someone if they have a question or concern, and they have a whole team where they can reach out to make sure their needs are met, their questions are answered. Because sometimes people can get something in the mail, for example, they don't know what it is about, or the language barrier might be a concern. So that's where we come in the picture to provide that help. Or we have scenarios where they don't know they can actually get a hospital bed, or they can get a shower chair. So that intervention, it helps because some people are at risk for falls. Some people, they have certain needs. They don't know how to find the right resources to help them navigate through this process. And it's a big stress and burden on the caregiver. So that's why we're here. That's why we're here to help.
And I'm so happy you're here to assist the community. We do have a lot of elderlies right now who's either by themselves or looking for assistance. How does your company assist them? How would they do that?
Well, I believe you are probably more asking like, how can I qualify for this program, right? Like, how can I get the services? Am I eligible? So this program is for 16 years old and older. So if somebody has a disability or has a cognitive, a physical, or a behavioral impairment, and they need help with at least one task on a daily basis, our program will provide the support, the financial support, the clinical support, so they can, the caregiver can help them out. So another one of the requirements is for them to live with a loved one that care for them, or them to be willing to move in with a caregiver. They can have somebody that's help them, that they can come in to the program, or they can request for someone that we will train and make sure it's approved according to the guidelines, and we do all the checks, the quality checks, all the checks required to make sure they feel safe and they're in the right hands.
Okay. So an elderly who's by him or herself can join the program.
Yes.
And then you will pair them with someone to care for them.
Exactly.
Okay. Perfect. Now, what does the AFC stand for?
So it's called Adult Foster Care Program.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the helping, the food, house cleaning.
Yes, if they need help with personal hygiene, like bathing, hands-on, or supervision, such as dressing, if they have a hard time ambulating, if they, for example, have unstable gait, or they use any of those devices for their locomotion. Yes, as you said, ordinary house chores such as cooking, cleaning, laundry, doing the shopping, helping them out to make those doctor's appointments and so much more, because every day there is something that they need help with.
Yes. So which area do you service the most right now?
To be honest, we are everywhere in the state of Massachusetts, and we are very proud that we have great nurses and care managers, and our staff speaks a lot of languages, and we speak Bulgarian and Russian and Romanian and Ukrainian and Albanian, Spanish, Portuguese, and Vietnamese, and Chinese, and I can go on and on, because we are always hiring, and now we are really blessed to have the right staff with great experience and that really cares.
Perfect. Now, what does someone as far as health coverage?
Yes.
Health coverage takes a big part of it, right?
Yes.
Are they covered if they have certain health coverage, or is it like, do they come in with their own income?
Tanya, that's a really great question, because that's like the most frequent questions out there. How do I get the services?
Yeah.
How do I pay? So the services is for members that have Mass Health Standard or Commonwealth plan, for one that have one care plan or a senior care plan, such as Fallon, for example, Comfort Care Alliance. So, for example, if somebody comes in and they don't have insurance, I'm telling you, one door closes, the other one opens. So you never know. Maybe we can help you to get the insurance for your services to get covered. So just give us a call. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Perfect. What about private coverage?
Private coverage, unfortunately, they don't cover for the long-term care, for custodial care, which adult foster care is. So that would be, if they will reach out to us, we'll definitely try to assist them with a different program that will fit them.
Okay.
And will be able to be covered by their insurance.
Perfect. So you have different programs tailored to different people based on their health coverage.
Well, let's put it that way. We have adult foster care program, but if you don't fit to our program, we'll not just leave you in the dark.
Okay.
We'll definitely give you a couple, some information or some resources where we could refer you to try, such a person or such a program. So you see if you can get help from their program. Because with us, there are certain criteria that we have to follow by the state guidelines. So if there is not, if we have somebody coming in with our program and needs more than what we provide, definitely we will recommend them to the right place.
Okay. So with the elderlies, so many people does not realize they are more at risk for mental health.
Yes.
Do you have such programs, or do you have staff available to help those elderlies with mental health issues?
Well, that will be our care managers, because they are with a vast experience as a social worker, and they will be the one trying to navigate with them the challenges that comes with the behavioral health. And if they need to see a specialist or a support group, we will link to people in the community that can, support just that.
Okay, perfect. I am so happy. This program sounds wonderful. If you are in need, you look at, or you don't have any health coverage, you certainly can call Mass South. The number is 1-800-841-2900, trying to see what you can be qualified for, and then they can definitely contact you.
Yes, okay. And our phone number is 617-860-1990, and ask for Margarita.
And so you also mentioned that you pair them with somebody. How would someone who wants to work with elderlies be more of a foster person get in touch with you, and how does that work?
Yes, so we already have staff that is hired and it's pre-approved. But if they have someone they know of that would like to move in with them, we will do all the background checks, we'll do the training, and make sure all the guidelines are followed, and we'll work with them to help them out so they can receive the care they need. And you need to keep in mind, it's a free tax stipend that the caregiver receives, so it does help financially the caregiver to care for their loved one. And we provide all that information as well, because people get confused. How do I do my taxes? Yes. How do I claim this? So we do provide that information as well, so they can check in with their accountant and make sure they receive that exemption.
Perfect. So the person would come in, you will train them.
Exactly.
If they're not trained, but you also have your own crew that is willing and ready and trained according to the state guideline.
Yes.
To take on those elderly who's in need.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then my nurses and my care managers, which it's called the multidisciplinary team, they will work together to put an individual care plan for the member where all their needs are met, and the member will have a part in it to say whatever they would prefer, what it's number one for them to take care of, what else do they need in addition to that. So it's all a teamwork.
Perfect. Now, would someone go from needing health care, needing assistance, to self-contained, and then is your company able to help them guide them through that? So if they no longer need assistance with the program?
Yes, if they no longer need assistance with the program, there is a 14-day time where they can just need to notify us in writing, and they're not going to be on the program anymore. But they need to keep in mind the goal of the program is to keep them safe at home and out of the institutions, the long-term institutions. So it's up to them, but it's our concern and priority to make sure they feel safe and they're taken care of. And we'll keep an eye on them. We'll make sure we call regularly just to check to see if everything is okay, if there is nothing, no changes in their health or any concerns. And there are a lot of people out there, they believe they can do it on their own, but unfortunately they can't.
Yes.
And I hope, they reach out. Because we are here just to actually help you and support you, but not to do the contrary.
Right. So also, because your group is multilingual, you have language of different kind.
Exactly. Like I have this couple, they're old Italians. They telling me how they do everything on their own, but then their back hurts, and they can't really walk for too long periods of times, and they can't do much around the house. I'm happy I was able to help them to receive the care that they really need, and oh boy, what a difference.
So I understand you speak multiple languages.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, can you tell us, tell the viewers, how did you go about learning 5 languages?
Okay, so let's start with my native one.
Okay.
So I come from Moldova, which is between Ukraine and Romania.
Mm-hmm.
So my first language is Romanian. And because Moldova used to be under the Soviet Union for such a long period, we had no other choice than to learn Russian as well. My grandparents are from Ukraine, so I had the opportunity to learn that. So I speak Ukrainian as well. And then when I was very young, I was infatuated with Italian. Everything that sounds Italian, tastes Italian, I just wanted to know it. So I went and learned Italian, and then in college I took Spanish. And then my mom is an English teacher. So that's how I learned English.
Wow, wow, that is amazing. I'm truly happy you were able to come here. And for our viewers who's wondering, you know, if they don't speak English, this is they speak different language, you can definitely facilitate that.
Exactly, and we have staff that speak different languages, and now we can match them with the nurse that speak their own language or the care manager that speak their own language. So it's very helpful because they feel comfortable.
Yes.
And they feel like they are understood and their needs are understood.
Right.
Because sometimes you might say it in one way in your own language and sounds differently in a different language. So,
yes, yes. Definitely. I'm so happy that you were able to come here. And to our viewers, this program is fantastic. It helps you stay home, which is where most elderlies want to stay.
And that's the goal, yes.
They still want to keep that independence, feel their own person. And we are so happy, and the community is so happy to have a program like that here that can help them. Is there a website they can go to?
Yes, it's qualitycareafc.com. Mm-hmm. And as you said, it's very important because they feel like a sense of belonging, and they feel they're still a part of their family, and they are with their family, and family is everything.
Yes, it is. And as far as a doctor, do you help them, or do they need their own doctor? Do you have a staff?
They do have their own doctors. That's very important. That's a part. That's a major part of being on the program, because we do need the primary doctor's permission in order to provide the services. So the doctor has the main word in the whole process. And then we do coordinate the services. We require to receive certain paperwork, such as their medication, such as their diagnosis. So we know what kind of medical condition they have and how to approach correctly every person individually.
Perfect. Now we talk a lot about the elderlies, which I love. I love my elderlies. They're so smart and so savvy. What about the young kids? What about young kids who have any type of Down syndrome or mental health issue? You mentioned that from 16 years old
and older.
To older. Mm-hmm. So how would someone who's caring for a young kid who has any type of mental challenges find the help they needed through your agency?
Yes, so again, there is a lot of young people out there that unfortunately might have a learning skill impairment or a cognitive impairment, and they do need that support. They need to feel included and to feel that they are a part of our community, and we are there full steam to help them and guide their family members through this process, and it's very vital to them, and it's vital to their family members to have somebody they can reach out to. It's great that there are a lot of programs out there that the school offers, but they do need the programs such as adult foster care as well, to help them when they come home after school and they receive the attention and help that they need.
Okay, so just for the viewer, can you kind of like give us an idea from the 16-year-old, 16 to 18 years old group, and versus the elderly? We already know they sometimes by themselves, they have to be by themselves, you pair them with someone. But for a 16-year-old who already have the mom there or who doesn't have one, how would that work?
Well, it's going to be a family member, most of the case, or if they need us to pair them with someone, we'll do so. I know in such situations, it's a very private matter, so they're more inclined to have a family member. So we'll work with the family member to make sure they do receive that support, and to guide them through this process, because there are certain, I know the parents know a lot about their children who doesn't, right?
Yes.
But to have somebody new coming in and live with you, that's definitely a whole different picture. So they most likely to want to have somewhere of their own, to be a caregiver full time. Sometimes it can be a brother or a sister, but it needs to make sure it's not a legal guardian, it's not a minor. And if we have a member on the program, it cannot be a spouse. So there was the requirements as well to make sure we are in compliance with the state regulations.
Okay. So what would you say to someone who has a kid at home? What would your advice be to them?
That you are doing a great job. First of all, because it is you need to have the strength, the patience, and please give us a call, because we are here to support you. We're here to guide you, and to provide you the resources that might be helpful to you. And I hope you can trust us, because I know it's a sensitive matter, to let us come into your home and be there for you and your family.
Perfect. So I am so happy that you came here to kind of help our viewer. Give us some more information about your program and the services that you offer to the population. If you have a kid or you're an elderly, you would like further information, please call Quality Care AFC.
Yes.
And what's the phone number?
617-860-1990.
Perfect. And also, you can also find them on the website as well.
QualityCareAFC.com.
Perfect. Once again, thank you so much for stopping by. We truly appreciate you, and you are a blessing to the community.
Oh, thank you.
For the services you offer, and especially for the elderly who truly needs that. For that, I say thank you to you. To you, all my wonderful viewers, thank you for stopping by. As always, I want to say, take care of yourself, be true to yourself. Until we meet again, have a good one.